Hey guys, welcome back to Gunpla News, episode 17 for April 2016. This is part 2, and we're going to be talking about some kit and figure announcements. Alright, so jumping right into it, this month we had a big chunk of figure announcements, a big chunk of Bandai announcements, and a very little bit of standard release Gunpla kit announcements. So we're going to start off as usual with the figures after. There's one kit that I want to talk about first, and then we'll get into the figures. The first kit is the HG Gundam Front Tokyo Gunpla Factory RX-78 2 Gundam Clear version. This is a clear color version, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell in the pictures. I didn't, to be fair, I didn't look at it for too long, but just trying to look at that for a moment because this was just posted just like a few hours before recording this. It looks like that's either the Revive Gundam or the version G30th. In the box art, it looks like the G30th, but the actual kit looks more like the Revive Gundam. It's a little bit hard to tell. I'm sure if I actually just looked at it again more closely, I would be able to tell, but I would imagine it's probably the Revive version, since that's much newer. Obviously, they're probably going to want to use that. But some of the line art there looks like line art for the version G30th. Anyway. But that's a clear color kit going to be available, I'm guessing, only at the Gundam Front Tokyo there. Starting from this month, around the end of this month, it's going to be available there. So probably when I'm there next month, at the beginning of May, I'll be able to pick that up. So I don't know. One thing that I'll say, while in Japan, I am planning to pick up maybe a couple of kits to use for a giveaway for you guys. So big announcement of a giveaway, that, not really a big one, but I am planning to do that. I think that you guys maybe could have guessed that I would do something like that if you've been following my channel for a while. But I don't know, so maybe this kit will maybe be a cool one to pick up for a giveaway contest prize. Are you guys, if anyone would want that kit, let me know in the comments down below. If a bunch of people say, like, yeah, I'd want that, then maybe I'll pick one up and use it for a giveaway. Let's get into the figures. The Tamashii Web Shop exclusive Robot Spirits RX-78 G3 Gundam version anime. So this is the recently released figure of the Gundam RX-78 2 Gundam version anime. Now it's recolored into the G3 version. Really cool color scheme. I do really like the color scheme of the G3. This one is going to be out in April. Out in September for 5,500 yen. So that's out in September. 5,500 yen, about $50 to $60, depending on how the conversion is at that time. But kind of cool. Anyway, and then the Tamashii Web Shop exclusive Robot Spirits Char's Rikdom version anime. So to counter the G3 Gundam, we have its kind of enemy suit, Char's Rikdom. Again, this is just a recolored version of the version anime Dom. This one is going to be out in August for 6,000 yen. So it's kind of interesting that that one's coming out first before the Gundam. I would think that they would just come out at the same time, but I don't know. Then next we have the Tamashii Web Shop exclusive Robot Spirits XK Signature XS Gundam. No price or release date set for this yet, but I imagine it's going to be a little bit more expensive, probably around 10,000 yen, around $100 or so. But because the XS Gundam is just a pretty large Gundam in general, plus it's very intricate, a lot of stuff in there, and it's coming with the base and all that. So, and it's a XK Signature, Tamashii Web Shop exclusive, usually going to be a little bit more expensive. I would imagine the release date probably going to be sometime in the fall, maybe late fall, I would have to guess. But anyway, it does look really cool. If that's going to cost you probably about as much as the Master Grade, if not more than the Master Grade, kind of don't know why you wouldn't just buy the Master Grade, because it's a really cool Master Grade. Very huge brick Master Grade, but I mean, what's the difference, right? So, I don't know. Looks cool though. And next is the Gundam Fixed Figuration Metal Composite Gundam Unicorn Final Battle version. So this is a just Final Battle version of the Fixed Figuration Metal Composite Gundam Unicorn, now with the green cycle frame and all of that. This one is going to be out in September for 25,500 yen, so more than $200, almost $250 for that. Very expensive, but that is pretty usual for fixed figuration metal composite kits. They look absolutely amazing. I've never actually even held one, but they look amazing. And I don't know, someday would I like to have one? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. What's the point if you could just build a master grade and make it look really good? It'd be just about the same thing, I imagine. And especially for that price, you could almost build a perfect grade and have it look really cool. No LEDs though. Anyway, moving on into the Robot Spirits, just regular Robot Spirits. We've got two of these. Robot Spirits Gun Cannon version anime. This was very predictable. I guessed that this one was going to be coming out. It was not really any big surprise at all. This one's going to be out in August for 5,500 yen. Then next one has to wonder if they're going to make a version anime Robot Spirits of the GM or possibly Gun Tank. I think those would be very likely candidates that could probably happen, and we will probably see one or both of those announced sometime in the next couple months. But for the time being, anyway, the Gun Cannon is going to be coming out in August. Looks really cool. Again, better than the HD Revive version. It definitely has a slightly different look, but they even look quite similar. And in terms of the articulation, the Robot Spirits, I'll give it to the Robot Spirits, does look like the articulation is slightly better. But still, the articulation of the HG is very, very good. And for 1/5 the price, yeah. But yeah, I don't know, just, Robot Spirits and these kind of figures, they're for some people, but I just don't really get it too much myself. And the last one is the Robot Spirits Force Impulse Gundam. Again, no price or release date set for this. But again, with the Force Impulse HD Revive kit coming out, again, same kind of argument I've been making here, but again, I'm sure that's going to be a very nice Robot Spirits figure for those people who do collect those. Then moving on to some kind of other different stuff. The Mobile Suit Gundam Mini Kit Collection is going to be coming out in June for 250 yen each, so very reasonable. I don't know how these are really going to be sold. If they're going to be sold individually or sold, you'll have to buy them like in a set or a pack of like a few of them or something. I imagine if you're buying them online, probably from HLJ or something, they're probably going to be selling them as a set. I don't know, but I haven't seen on their site if they even had them available for pre-order yet at all. I haven't looked, but from what we can see here in the first set of these, they look like they're going to be either molded in metallic or clear, and the clear, I can't tell if it's clear or just like a very light metallic silver. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, they're not very big, only like half the size of a HG kit basically. But the scale is going to range because we have some mobile armor as well as a ship in here as well as a Baoku. So the ones that we can see here photoed so far are the Gundam Barbatos, the Gundam Kimaris, and the Greys from Iron Blood Orphans. Then we have, from Unicorn, we have the Neo Zeong as well as the Shamblo. That's really cool that we're getting that. I mean, it would be cool to have some sort of larger kit. I wish Bandai would bring back the HG Mechanics line, in it's like 1/550 scale. Do a Shamblo in that series would be really cool. Then there's also, of course, the RX-782 Gundam, as well as a Zaku 2, and a GM and Akgai. And then we also have, like I said, a Baoku is there, as well as Londo Bell. I believe that ship is the Londo Bell. I could be wrong about that ship, but I believe that's what that is anyway. So kind of interesting. 250 yen is pretty cool. I mean, to get one of those little kits and just leave it like that, sort of like all metallic or painted up, would be kind of cool. Especially something like the Neo Zeong or the Shamblo, to have it something in like something really small scale like that, but just like painted really nicely, it would be really cool, I think. So might look into getting a couple of those when the time comes in June. Then out in July, we have the Gundam Universal Unit. I believe these are Gashapon figures. These are going to be out in July for 500 yen each, so I guess these would be like 500 yen Gashapons. These are including the RX-780-2 Origin Gundam, the Barbatos Gundam, the Char's Zaku 2 Origin version, and the NT1 Alex Gundam. So pretty interesting combination there, interesting choices. We can see they're also planning a Kasi Gundam and possibly planning a Penelope and Psycho Gundam Mark II. It says like in the text there on the image, it says like it's possible to make these larger ones as well, so maybe they're going to or maybe not. I don't know, who knows. Maybe what they're going to do is have it like parts, so like for 500 yen you get like, especially for the Psycho Gundam Mark II, it's quite large, right? So they give you like a few parts, like maybe half the kit in one ball, and then another ball has like the other half, so you'd have to collect both of them in order to make it totally. I don't know. I don't think they really do that very often because I think people don't really like that. But I don't know if they're going to make something that big, especially like the Penelope and the Psycho Gundam Mark II. They have to do that. But those do look sort of interesting. The proportions and everything, the shapes of them look a little bit strange, but they look kind of interesting, I guess. And it's cool that the Alex has the armor that you can have on or off. Arm. Anyway, then into Gundam Converge, we have the Converge full armor Gundam Gundam Thunderbolt version. So the Thunderbolt version of the full armor Gundam is going to be out in July for 2,200 yen. Might try to pick that up. It looks really cool. But, 2,200 yen, that's like almost the same price as the HD kit. And the HD kit does look pretty nice. So as much as I like Gundam Converge figures, I'll have to think about that, but that does look really cool. Then we also have the Converge SP Freedom Gundam and Providence Gundam. Now this is, I believe this is going to be a set of the two of these. No price or release date set for these yet, but this one I had imagined going to be around 3,000 yen or 3,500 yen, something like that, probably for the set of these. They look really cool. As I've mentioned over the past, I really like the design of the Providence Gundam actually quite a bit. Don't care too much for the Freedom, but that would be kind of cool to maybe buy that set and keep the Providence for myself and then maybe give away the Freedom, because I know there's a lot of you guys out there who like the Freedom Gundam, so might think about doing that when that comes out. We'll have to see, but the Providence Gundam does look pretty cool, so I would kind of like to have that. So getting into some P Bandai stuff now, the P Bandai HG series Iron Blooded Orphans Tekkaden set is going to be out in June for 8,000 yen. And it's going to include Mikazuki, Orga, Biscuit, Akihiro, Eugene, and Norba. These figures are going to be roughly about 10 centimeters tall. So, I get my ruler here, about not quite as tall as an HG, but about half or 3/4 the size of a normal HG kit. Anyway, as I've seen people point out on the internet already, that the quality of them doesn't look very good, especially for 8,000 yen. That's more than $10 per figure. Yeah, but it is a P Bandai exclusive, so that's kind of why. And just by the name of this, it makes me think that this is not the only set that we're going to get in this HG series, P Bandai HG series figure set. This one says Iron Blood Orphans - Tekkaden, so maybe it thinks that maybe later we're going to get like an Iron Blood Orphans what would it be, Galahorn set? I don't know, that would include like McGillis, Skylio, Carta, and maybe Ein, maybe Lieutenant Crank, something like that. I don't know, just saying that could be possible. I don't know, maybe they're going to see how well the first set does. I sure would love a Carta figure though. Hopefully, eventually, Bandai or some other company produces some sort of figure or even a resin figure of Carta. I'd like to have one. Moving on into some kits now. Finally, the P Bandai Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0 Full Burst Mode Special Coating Version Plus Effect Part Deluxe Set. That's quite a name. Basically, it's the full burst mode of the Master Grade Freedom Gundam, and this is a P Bandai kit. So I think some people were hoping for a full burst mode version of the MG. We are in fact going to get one, but it is premium Bandai, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of frosted butts out there about that one, but that's just the way it is. So take it or leave it. Anyway, it's going to be out in May for 10,000 yen. So obviously, of course, besides this coming with the effect parts, it also comes with a action base, which it's like a clear blue color. The effect parts, I believe, are also slightly different. I believe the effect parts in this set have like some metallic, what do I want to say, like sparkle, like flakes inside the effect part, whereas I believe the regular effect parts maybe don't have that. That's different. And then the kit itself has a special coating version. Some parts of it look like they're gloss injected though, so I don't know if it's going to be a mix of gloss injection and a special coating, or how exactly that is. It's kind of hard to tell in the photos so far, because honestly the parts don't look like that much more special than the regular kit. Even like the promo photos we've seen for just the normal kit, it looks kind of shiny. So the special coating version looks quite similar. One thing also that this comes with, though, is also comes with a set of I believe they're like very shiny goldish or just like shiny metallic colored water slide decals. So if you wanted to have those, they look like really nice water slide decals for the kit though, so that would definitely be one incentive to buying this set as well. So if you're a big fan of the Freedom, the 2.0 kit looks amazing, and you know, this is a special coating, it has the effect parts, it has action base, it has the water slides, basically everything you could want out of this kit if you're like a really big, huge Freedom Gundam fan. So then, you know, that may justify the 10,000 yen price tag for you. So anyway. After that is the P Bandai HD Build Fighters Lightning Zeta Gundam Aspros. This is going to be out in June for 2,200 yen. This is basically Naoki's redesign, kind of repainted or recolored version of the Lightning Zeta. As far as I can tell, it's kind of hard to tell. I haven't looked very closely. I'm not sure if this is actually having any new parts. It looks like maybe one part on the rifle might be different. The kind of energy cable or like the cable from the back of the camera, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's showing his custom version one. But anyway, it's still going to be basically just a recolored version. It's in like white and pink Amuro color scheme there for that, but interesting. Next is we have 3 of these P Bandai HGUC Revive kits in the 21st Century Real Type color. So the first one is the Revive Gundam, ARC-782 Gundam, 21st Century Real Type color, out in June for 1,200 yen, so it's slightly more expensive than the normal kit, but it is a P Bandai. It's basically just recolored. Colors on that one are okay, interesting, but again, it's for recolors, you can very easily just paint them. The next one is a HGUC Revive Goof, 21st Century Real Type color. That one is also out in June for 1,700 yen. Again, just slightly more expensive than the list price. Very interesting colors on that one. But real type color schemes are usually like that. Kind of odd. And then we have the Revive Gun Cannon. Now this one is coming with new parts. It does have the missile pods on the shoulders. So I believe this is the only one that's coming with new parts. I'll have to look at the photos when we get some more photos, but of the photos we've seen so far, this one is the only one that I noticed coming with new parts. But then again, it's just mostly just a new color scheme. So that one also out in June for 1,400 yen, 1,400 yen. Then we just got 3 normal kit releases to talk about now. To round this out, we've got the 1/100 Graze Kai out in June for 3,000 yen. This looks really cool just because it looks like it's including a lot of stuff in here. Basically, it's the 1/100 scale Graze plus loads of extra stuff. We have parts to make the Graze Kai, the shoulder, chest, and head parts for that, and backpack. And then we have parts to make like a partial Graze Ritter, as well as like a kind of ground type Graze Ritter minus the shoulder armor. It doesn't have the Graze Ritter shoulder armor, but it has the what was like the ground type kind of hover feet, which is really cool. It has the sword, which in HD version came in the option set 4. That sword is coming with this kit, as well as just the backpack for that. So basically, it looks like pretty much the definitive version of a 1/100 scale Graze. If you wanted, after this kit's released, I imagine that Bandai's sales of the original 1/100 scale Graze are not going to be doing so well, because like, why would you buy that one? This was like a little bit more money and a lot more options of stuff. Maybe you don't care about the options. I guess that'd be one thing, but it's really cool that it comes with all of that. What I want to speculate about is what is going to be the next 1/100 scale after the Graze Kai. Possibly Kimura's Trooper. I think that would be cool. Possibly, what else could it be? I don't know. Maybe a Graze Kai 2 or Ryusei Go. It was in the series quite a bit, so kind of makes sense that Bandai would make that. I think they would make that a separate kit. I remember having a discussion with someone about this maybe a month or so, more than a month or so ago, about if they would make the 1/100 scale Graze Kai, and if they would make it include parts for the Graze Kai 2 as well. I said no, because the Graze Kai 2 is pink, totally different color scheme. So yeah, they could include those parts and just the color wouldn't be correct, but that'd be fine for people who paint. But you know, Bandai usually likes to produce kits that are molded in their accurate colors, or at least close to it for the majority. So I think the only way that they would release a Graze Kai 2 or Ryusei Go kit is if it was by itself. That's possible. Or Kimura's Trooper. I don't think the Graze Ein, I don't think that is going to be coming out in 1/100 scale. I would be really, really surprised if that was. They may just be, finishing up the 1/100 scale line in June, and then maybe take a break for a couple months until the new series starts. I would imagine is also another possibility. Then the first kit from the re-released or re-adapted Unicorn series is the HGUC Full Armor Gundam Unicorn in Destroy mode in the red color version. So basically, what's new about this kit is three things. Obviously, the red Psycho frame is new, and then it has new stickers, so new marking stickers, and it also has the Beam Javelin, one open and one closed form one. So really sucks for all the people who went through trouble and maybe probably paid a lot to get the Beam Javelin before, when it was released 2 times before as packaged with the manga. So kind of really unfortunate for those people who probably paid a lot for that. Now it's going to be included with this kit. This is going to be out in June for 3,400 yen. All in all, it's just more Bandai milking the Unicorn kit. As soon as it was announced that they were going to be making the TV series, it was pretty clear that there was going to be more milking of that kit. So not surprising. The fact that it comes with some new stuff is pretty cool. But all in all, not that exciting, I think. I don't know. So anyway, and then the last thing is also, again, not surprising at all, is the HG Zaku 1 Thunderbolt anime version. So this is just the now just re-released different version of the Zaku 1. Same as with all the other Thunderbolt kits, they're being re-released as the Gundam anime version with some very, very slight changes to the colors and stickers. This one even seems very almost unnoticeable, the difference, but this one's going to be out in June for 1,800 yen. So I wonder if we are ever going to get some new kits from Gundam Thunderbolt, because basically the series is only 4 episodes, so so far all we've got is just re-released kits. We didn't get any Thunderbolt Dom or Thunderbolt Gun Cannon or anything like that. I don't know. Would be nice if we did, but at the moment, it's looking like not, so unfortunate. And so that's pretty much it. So it's kind of seems like at the moment a little bit of a dry spell, which means that probably next month we're going to have a lot of stuff announced for the summer months. At the moment, we really don't have a whole lot of stuff on the books past May. After May, it's just a couple things we know coming out in June, and that's pretty much it. So it'll be interesting to see what is going to be announced at the end of this month. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's it for part 2. See you guys up next in part 3. We're going to talk about some kit and figure updates. Bye-bye.